Our second speaker today is Eva. This is Eva's evaluation and feedback speech 2. This one takes into account the feedback she received the first time. She is giving the same speech again with the feedback incorporated. Title of her speech today is The Golden Apple, and she gets about 5 to 7 minutes. Please help me welcome Eva.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, stories serve to teach us lessons. They help us determine what is right and what is wrong. What we should do, and perhaps what we shouldn't do. Today, I would like to tell you a story that I hope you learn from. Once upon a time, a girl entered the enchanted forest seeking the legendary golden apple. It is said that whomever possesses this apple is granted untold fortune and good luck. She ventured deep into the forest and soon had to take a break. As she was sitting in a clearing, she heard a voice from above and looked up into the face of an old brown owl. "You realize," he called down to her, "that you have passed my tree 3 times. You are lost and need my help. I am an expert in this forest. Tell me where you want to go, and I will take you there." "No, thank you, Mr. Owl," she replied. "I have studied the tales and I have the data. I know where the golden apple is, and I can find it on my own." And with that, she turned and left the clearing. The owl, startled, flew off after her, shouting, "You are going the wrong way. The golden apple is in the other direction." But she proceeded down her path, ignoring his multiple attempts to get her to turn around, until she suddenly found herself standing at the edge of a cliff and had to stumble backwards, landing on her rear end. She looked up at the owl and realized that perhaps she should have been listening to him. He's an expert in this forest, and just because she's done all that research doesn't mean she knows everything. "Mr. Owl," she says, "please take me to the golden apple." "Finally," he replied. "Follow me." And off he flew. The girl turned to follow and came face to face with a giant black wolf. "Did you say golden apple?" he asked. "Take me with you. I am big and I am strong. I can help you, and together we can find the golden apple." "No, thank you," replied the girl. "You are a big bad wolf, and you will take the apple for yourself." So she pushed past him and followed behind the owl. The wolf, not to be deterred, padded behind her. Eventually, the 3 of them entered a big glen, and in front of them they saw a gigantic, golden, glistening apple tree. The owl swooped down and landed in front of the girl. "You will find the golden apple at the top of the tree," he instructed. "There's a crack in the trunk. You must stick your arm in and grab the apple." "I cannot do it. My wing is not long enough, and I cannot carry you up there." So the girl went to go climb that tree, and the wolf bounded in front of her. "Oh," he said, "let me help you. I can help you get up the tree, and we can do this together." The girl ignored him and tried to climb the tree herself. However, it was so large that she could not reach the branches. They were too high. And the trunk was so big that she could not reach around to grab hold of it. And so she tried and failed until she was exhausted. The wolf gave it one more attempt, and so he came up to her. "Please," he begged, "climb on my back, and we can do this together." So she gave in, not having much other choice, climbed on his back, and with a giant leap, he sprung into the air, landing on the lowest branch. And up and up and up they climbed, the wolf jumping from branch to branch to branch, with the owl circling above, calling out directions. until finally they could see the crack in the trunk. "Oh no," cried the wolf. "My paw is too big. You will have to do it." So the girl stuck her arm in and pulled out that golden apple. She had done it. But she remembered the wolf and clutched the apple to her chest, turning to look at him, expecting him to take it and run, because he was a big bad wolf. However, he let her climb back onto his back and slowly, carefully made his way down until they were safely on the ground. As the wolf and the owl celebrated, the girl realized that she had misjudged them. She did not know the way. The owl had to tell her how to get to the tree. And she could not get into the branches. She had needed the expertise and the knowledge of the owl. And she had needed the strength and the tenacity of the wolf, just like they had needed her. Not only her hard work and determination, but the physical ability to stick her arm in and get the apple. They had done it together. So she sobbed, "Oh, Mr. Wolf, I am so sorry. I judged you based on what I thought you were, not on who you actually are. I should have trusted you earlier. And Mr. Owl, I owe you an apology too," she cried out. "You are an expert in the forest. Just because I have studied the lore does not mean I have all the answers, and I should have listened to you sooner. I am sorry, I do not deserve this apple." And so she pushed it towards them. The owl, perplexed, replied back to her, "We could not have done this on our own." "Yeah," the wolf added. "We did this together. We should share the apple." And so they pushed it towards her. And as all three of them were touching it, a bright white light emitted from the apple. And where there was once one, there were now three. And a booming voice cast out around them. "Because you have listened and trusted and used your unique strengths to work together, you have succeeded in your quest. These 3 apples belong to you." And so the girl, the wolf, and the owl lived happily ever after because they knew the secret behind good teamwork.